Hello, everybody. I was gonna turn off the music, but I'm just saying fuck it today. Um, oh god, I got so I'm burning an incense cone in here, and I'm just trying to keep the bugs down because they just like to come in this box for some reason. Um, they come in here and they fly around. It's just the worst. Why is the video so dark? There it is. Um, anyway, let's just go back to this. So, yeah, the bugs, they love to come in here and cause trouble. It was funny, off in this corner over here on the right, I have a spider situation, and I can just see all the cobwebs from here. This is a years-long spider situation that I haven't screwed with. Um, um, but the problem, so I guess it's not a problem because I need the spiders. I guess all our tech is working out. Um, we need the spiders in here. Like, I got this fly buzzing around me, and this don't know what this fly wants. Get out. Um, but it's a real bug problem in here, and I like my spiders. So the story of the spider is, um, so what happens is bugs come in and they don't know how to leave, and a lot of them end up in the corner where the spider would get them. And so this spider, even though it had a web, it would just overpower a lot of these bugs, and I would watch the combat take place. Um, and it's funny because this spider was a real freaking gangster. He would he would pounce on the bugs, even though he would use the web to wear them out. He would then I gotta take care of this fly. The spider would then, after he had eaten the bug, drained it, whatever spiders do, he would drag the bug out of the web. Oh man, this weed's all wet. This table's all wet. Um, he would drag the bug out of the web. So not only was it a horrific situation where this spider would just wrestle the bug down and pull the life out of it, he'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my house," and pull this fucking pull this bug out of his precious web. And it was just plain gangster, but the horror did not stop there. So after a while, we had a big pile of bugs, like bug bodies. Um, and the bug the bugs would stack up, and I started to think, am I gonna need to sweep these bugs out of here? Just to not deal with the bugs looking at them. Hold on a second, folks. Ugh. So the bugs are a problem. And just when I thought I'd have to sweep them out, with a paintbrush or something, the wasps came in. The wasps, for once in their lives, have proven to be useful. Otherwise, they just sting me because they don't like me. People do this thing where like bugs can catch a vibe off you, and I'm like, well, what do you want me to say? I'm an evil man, and the bugs know it. I don't care. They like to sting me for no fucking reason. Don't care. Kill them first. Um, so the wasps came in and started carrying out the bugs, which was great but horrific to see. So this place where I'm here to chill out and vibe has now become a fucking freak show of bug warfare, and it is really fascinating. I'm kind of doing a bit right now. I'm pretending that it's a real disgusting problem, but I really do appreciate watching nature unfold in front of me, and it's free. You know, you don't have to pay for nature. Well, sometimes you pay for access to a park. Sometimes. Um, we're gonna share this right now. Sorry, guys, I'm doing social media shit. I'm sharing this podcast. I'm gonna have to post the recording elsewhere. Um, oh! Stop! No! Ugh. I don't want to hear the fucking news. I'm so tired of it. Fauci, whatever the fuck. Um, where am I? Oh, right. I forgot what I was doing. Let's, yeah, maybe I do need this full space. Rotate this a little more. But yeah, what was it? Where was I going with all this? I'm just waiting for people to come in. How's everyone doing? Um, like real talk. I'm actually real worried about the dog, and I'm texting my brother about it. So our dog, long story short, has some medical problem, enlarged liver or something. She's becoming more and more low energy, and she used to be a real trooper. She used to hike for miles, but there was a real line in the sand, literally, where we went to the coast and hiked her around a lot, and she just, I think we broke her. Maybe she ate something that day, because she fucking eats everything, you know? She'll swallow bones, and it's hard, you know? I don't know how to stop her without putting a muzzle on her, which is maybe something we should do, but she's also getting old, and, how much surgery are we going to subject her to in her age, and oh, it's sad, man. That's the hardest thing about pets is watching them go. Like, this is why I don't want pets. I kind of want a robot dog because I just like we all have problems underneath the surface, right? We all cope with different fucking things, and I cope with a lot of dead pets. And I know it's a weird thing, right? Maybe it's silly to say, but I mean, there's a lot of people I miss that are dead and gone, but just the tragedy that. Here's another thing. Like, we never had a lot of money. We had a hard time. We always have a hard time keeping our pets around. And I'm not getting a pet. Like, not unless I somehow become a wealthy person, because it's fucking expensive. Whether you get insurance or not, it's fucking expensive. So, um, just food for thought. Take care of your pets. Love your pets. Even if you're a person that's not like a big softy, you gotta you gotta pretend to be to your dog, because like dogs and a lot of cats, they're like babies. They need love, and if you don't give them love, then it's just not it. They need love, you know. If you're just like you're feeding your pet, you gotta feed it love. For lack of a better term, it's equally important. Um, because they'll be all bummed out without the love they need. Fucking bugs. These mosquitoes. It's the middle of the day and the mosquitoes are getting me. Oh shit, hold on. Ollie, come here. I'll let you leave. Well, you have a nice day, brother. Careful on this corner. People just they come around like they're trying to. There's no visibility on this corner at all. You have a good day. Hey guys. Well, that was a interesting. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Life happens. You know, my dog does this shit to me where she wants me to be where she is all the time. And I love her and I want to hang out with her. But half the time she's like, I want to be inside. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be inside right now. It's a nice day. Um, these goddamn bugs. I got a fly in here that just won't quit. Get out of the building. Ah! I am 1% tempted to use this can of poison spray I have in here, but I really don't want to. You know what? Finally! Oh wait. It keeps flying right by the door. There's this old meme where it... Get... Okay. I'm gonna dose this fly again. It's the only way I can fight this bug, is by dosing it. I think the bug is halfway messed up from all the smoke. Or it's dehydrated because there's no water around. I just need to get rid of this fly. I'm not enthusiastic about bugs. Where did he go? I'm gonna turn this fan off. I don't need it. Get out of here, fly. This fly is tormenting me. He came right back in. This fly is the worst. I've never seen a fly be so dedicated to not leaving this gazebo. Oh my Jesus, that's it. Get out! If this thing comes back. That was a It's like I really don't want to screw with this stupid wasp spray. I need to get my bug zapper going again. My fly zapper thingy, the tennis racket with batteries in it. Um, I hate these flies, man. Like, I mean, I guess a little fly is better than a big fly, but these little ones are more plentiful. I scared off everybody because I did a bong rip. Now I'm not going to get any views for this podcast. This is what I hate about YouTube is it's not a conspiracy that they will fuck you if you're like a weed channel. Even if you're living in a legal state, I can almost understand them not wanting it on their platform if they know you're committing a crime on camera. It's not good for their platform. I respect that. But man, I gotta kill this music. It's distracting. I gotta turn it down. But what was I saying now? Speaking of distracting, but you can't do shit with weed on YouTube. It's infuriating. Like I I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's still federally illegal. But like, if all of these platforms could learn to relax about pot, like look at Call of Duty. Now, granted, Call of Duty is in a bad situation right now. Like, maybe we'll talk about that next. But Black Ops 7 is ass, and their player count is garbage across the board. Um, I don't know what to do about these bugs, man. I feel like I have to do unnecessary bong rips to get rid of them. All right, I'll show you my most immediate solution for these bugs. It is incense cones. I guess I'll just move all the seedy stuff over seedy stuff, the weed stuff over to the table. Seedy stuff is a little much. Weed doesn't deserve that. Anyway, this fly is still in here. Yeah, he knows what fire is. I don't get it, man. These spiders need to do. Have you ever been in a space where you know there's spiders and yet the bugs still don't leave you the hell alone? And then you look at Mr. Spider and you're like, man, Spider, I'm about to throw you out. You can go sit on the rose bush if you can't earn your keep in here. I'll just hose you all down to poison, eradicate the whole problem. No, I don't like to poison anything. If you poison, it all ends up coming back to you. You got pets, you shouldn't poison. Maybe we'll talk about that next. But Black Ops 7 is ass. I'm turning this music back up. Player count is garbage across the board. I'm adding people. God damn it. Whatever. I frankly wish Call of Duty would hire me. Oh, because boy, they could use all the help they could get. They can't do any wrong now when it comes to, you know, I'm not expensive. Get out, fly. This fly is just the worst, man. I really hate him. All I have is one ashtray, so I can't really choose where this incense cone is burning. Did I hit him? God, I'm being tormented by the bugs in here, man. Get the fuck on, man. Alright, let's move on with the show. You know, maybe we will talk about Call of Duty since we got Call of Duty on the screen. Call of Duty's got a lot of problems, man. Actually, hold on. Yeah, fuck it. Call of Duty's got problems. It's got problems. Black Ops 7 is an abhorrent game, and I try to play it because I have to grind. These bugs continue to torture me. I gotta grind on Call of Duty to unlock the gun parts, and I do like to grind. Don't get me wrong. I like to grind on my Call of Duty, but you know, I don't really like to do it when the game is terrible. And Black Ops 7 is terrible. Black Ops 6 was a good game. I don't know what went wrong with 7. Really. I'm gonna let the dog out because she'll keep barking. Drink your water. Sit. Drink your water. Come here. Sorry, guys. We gotta run a fan. So, I prefer to play Warzone, right? I prefer Warzone because it's just more engaging. Black Ops 7 is not a good game, but once again, you gotta grind your guns. You know, if you go into Warzone with no gun parts, um, it's a real problem. Oh, You like to scratch? I'm using my crop to scratch her. But you need your gun parts in Call of Duty. The only way to get your gun parts is to grind. It's it's no fun. Yeah, let's turn our switch. Sorry, guys. What is it? Anyway, but you need your weapon parts. You need your scopes. You need your grips, your stocks. You need all the good stuff to make your gun do what you want it to do. To customize your experience. And some guns are just objectively better after you customize them. Ow, fuck. A lot better. Higher caliber bullets and all that kind of stuff. So, um, I think they need to do the obvious things, like they need to stop making a Call of Duty game every year, and they need to commit. They need to just commit, like maybe one every 3 years. Take like this model, this industry model of like always online. You're gonna play this game for like 5, 10 years. Play this game as long as we want, as long as you can, until the market stops wanting it. It's kind of a good thing in some ways. Not, you don't want every game to be this, because then you get it's a problem. But this would work for Call of Duty. Like you can integrate new maps into a game to kind of give it, let's say Call of Duty's going for 3 years instead of one. You can roll in maps from other games. Like, what's stopping you? Like, you could do things like this, but uh, Black Ops 6 is an example of taking a really bad game and turning it around into a pretty good game, actually. Like, I enjoy playing Black Ops 6. It's actually become one of my favorite Call of Duty games. Not number one, but maybe like number four, um, or five. But I really think they should do like an infinite, excuse me, like a time travel Call of Duty game, and then they could easily roll together all of these different guns and stuff, different whatever from different timelines. Like do like time splitters too, you know. Hell, if you copy, imagine if they copied time splitters too, where one level's like a mafia level and the other level's like a space alien level, and the next level is like a western. Imagine if Call of Duty did that. They need to innovate. What I'm saying, these ideas, maybe I'm super innovative and I don't know it. I don't feel like it. I just feel like I'm thinking outside the box better than Call of Duty is. I don't mind the sci-fi stuff. Really, I think people are a little rigid with what they want out of Call of Duty. I think right now tactical is best, but um, like make it more tactical, make Modern Warfare matter. I'll talk about that next. But they need innovative ideas at Call of Duty. It's a joke. Like I don't. I like I said, I don't mind the sci-fi stuff with Black Ops 7. It's just it was bad apparently. The multiplayer is so bad. I don't want to fuck with the single player. Um, I think Modern Warfare. I think Call of Duty. I mean, needs to be more open with the levels. They need to be more like original Call of Duty, like the first World War II game, where it's a big open, because it was kind of like an open world game in a way, where every level was kind of big and you would just go to different points on the map, like you do in Far Cry, and do the missions. sometimes it get a little confusing that way. You get a little lost in the map, but Call of Duty 2 is a great game, but it's very guided in comparison to 1. Like, it's much more linear. And then like, after that, each game got more and more linear to the point where it just feels like you're walking down a hallway the whole game. Someone's leading you by the hand, and it's just, they're so boring and uninteresting. The stories in some of these games are great, but I don't know, man. They don't. The player count for Call of Duty is so through the floor. Even when you roll together all of the Call of Duty games that everyone's playing at all times, it's really bad. Like people are done. They're donezo with Call of Duty. I'm rare. I'm one of the last people that is still tolerating Call of Duty. I can't tolerate Black Ops 7. Well, I guess I can because I'm trying to make do with this gameplay you're seeing here. Even when it's like classic Black Ops maps, like that's as good as it gets for Black Ops 7. God, it's still not great, man. Something about it. I just think the guns aren't balanced right, and time to kill is way too fast. I don't know what they could do to Call of Duty. I think time to kill. It should take a lot more bullets to kill people in multiplayer. I think, uh, than in Warzone, because you're just dumping bullets at people, and half the time I'm just like insta dead. You know, fire rate is all that matters now. So I think they need to and they need to get rid of armor all across the board. I don't like armor; it's a waste of time. Just better without it. Putting plates in your shit, like it doesn't. It makes the game. It's just one more thing to chase around in Warzone. I don't like it. And what I'm hearing about Modern Warfare is Modern Warfare 4. These guns aren't realistic from what I'm hearing, and it sounds like the developers don't know anything about how guns perform from like a physics and machinery perspective. Um, it's annoying. It's annoying when people make a game about guns and they don't know anything about guns. Want to sit in here? No? Okay. Come here, it's okay. Come here. Okay. The dog. She's so needy and depressed, but I'm like, come hang out with me. And she's just like, nah, I'd rather give you puppy eyes and make you feel bad. And I'm like, uh, why are you this way, dog? You make me feel so bad. But yeah, Modern Warfare 4 is just, it's a problem. It's a problem. They need to go as tactical and realistic as they can with the guns and like the gun feel. And because Modern Warfare 2019 was it the first of this new Modern Warfare series? The if you put a long barrel on your gun, it would feel like it. Like your gun would feel wonky, and you'd have to put a grip up at the front for it to feel less wonky. But if you made the barrel short, the weapon was easy to control, although it really wasn't. It was much less accurate. And these are real life things, and it's not brain surgery. But I wouldn't like I wouldn't hire a left winger to be involved with making a Call of Duty game because a lot of left wingers hate guns and you can't be involved with making Call of Duty and hate guns because Call of Duty is all about gun porn, building your gun, watching how it performs in the field. making adjustments. It's gun science, and the more realistic and scientific it is, the better the game's going to be. At least in that area. But from what I hear, the guns are not performing realistically in Modern Warfare 4 in the beta. Like they do the thing where the bullets just fan out, which is like a video game thing. Um, well, yeah, your spread will fan out if you're holding down the trigger on a fully automatic rifle, but not in with video games. It's not the same at all, and it's obnoxious. Like Halo does this, but it's okay in Halo because it's an alien game. Um, anyway, Call of Duty needs to lean into realism for now. I really think they should consider just ripping off Time Splitters too, or making some kind of time travel game where they can add more variety and innovation to the game without it being a sci-fi thing that everybody's going to push back on and hate. But it doesn't have to be purely military. It doesn't have to be like that all the time. People get mad when Black Ops does weird shit, but Black Ops has the. I feel like the first Black Ops game was the only one that was like grounded in like real life, and then after that it got sci-fi. And people forget that because they're new. And they get mad when Black Ops does Black Ops stuff. So they just gotta, it's gotta be good. It doesn't matter if it's crazy and weird. It's just gotta be good. Maybe keep the weird out of Modern Warfare. But anyway, um, please hire me, Call of Duty. Hire me as an ideas guy. I don't know shit about writing code or anything technical, but remember, companies used to do this thing where if a company was not growing or if it was shrinking, if it was doing poorly, they would hire a guy that, worked at a different company or like consultants or whatever. Now, I don't have any kind of job as a consultant, mostly because no one will give me a fucking job when I ask, but if your company sucks and all you're doing is looking inward for solutions, um, you're gonna get more suck ass problems, right? Like you can't go back. It's like a poisoned well. You can't just continue to return to a poisoned well and expect to get a clean water. Um, First of all, you need to fire the people that are truly full of bad ideas. But what's wrong with getting somebody that's maybe not a coder, but somebody like me that has been playing games for a long time and likes to think of innovative ways, to go forward. Because there ain't gonna, whatever the hell they're gonna do going forward, if they continue doing the same shit, listening to the same people, listening to streamers, getting rid of skill-based matchmaking, making everything dumb, like the guns feel like toys now, like who are they listening to, man? They're only listening to the idiots. Um, that's another problem is if you have people working for your company and they're there to like outreach and feed ideas back into the company from outside the company, you also have to have the sense to ignore bad ideas and not listen. Sometimes all of the fans have a bad idea. Sometimes all the fans are demanding something that's not going to be good for the product because once they get it, they may hate the product anyway. And you got to know. I think I know. I think I know a bad idea from a good idea. Getting rid of skill-based matchmaking is a bad fucking idea. And the whole reason why they have had skill-based matchmaking was because some players were really, really good, and a lot of at a certain point, you had players that had been playing Call of Duty for 6 games in a row, and they just don't put down. It's the only game they play, so they become completely savage. And there was a lot of them. You need you need a system that puts people together that they can compete against and have a closer game, because then you'll be more into it. If you just get wrecked all day. Like, if you just get destroyed all day, if you can't get your foot in the door, if you're going 0 and 20 all day, you're fucked. Like, you're never gonna enjoy this game. Like, I remember games like Splinter Cell where it took me months to kill one dude as a spy because you only had your bare hands and gadgets. You didn't have lethal weapons, and these dudes had shotguns and things of this nature. So games were harder back then, but times have changed. For a game like Call of Duty that needs to reach a lot of people, you need skill-based matchmaking to be tight. You like fuck what the streamers are saying. Like they're the reason why you invented skill-based matchmaking in the first place because they were fucking up everybody and they were making it a bad experience. And as far as chat goes, I think it's good to watch the chat to a point. Because, like, if people are saying stuff in chat that is actively scaring off most players, that's not good for the bottom line, right? Games are a business now. But, like, I feel like I can't say anything. And a lot of players are in the same boat where they get chat banned or worse for saying nothing. Well, close to nothing. Like, someone else says something and their microphone picks it up and they get in trouble. It's just Call of Duty's doing it wrong. Whatever they're doing with the chat censorship, it's making the experience so unbearable for players that they're like, fuck it, I'm just not going to engage in chat. To the point where a lot of honest players, I see them in groups, Facebook, Reddit, they're like, no one's talking anymore on the mic. What's up? They don't know what's going on. They don't know why everyone's hiding from the mic. In private chats on Discord or whatever, it's because they don't want to get in trouble all day. And like, let's keep it real, guys. From my generation, like we're built different than these kids on Call of Duty. We use bad words when we play online. You know, we say stuff to each other that's pretty bad, but we understand it comes with the territory. Um, where is that line? I don't know, but Call of Duty wants that line to be all the way, just all the way, like just full throttle. Every bad word's a problem. Can't say nothing. Can't talk about nothing. Like, you can read their censorship rules, a million things you can't say, like to the point where you can't say nothing. So, like, I believe in rules, I believe in structure, but you can't have so many rules that everything stops. You can't kill whatever the hell you're trying to support with so many rules that people can't do anything. Um, so it's very frustrating to me. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I ordered my food for today, and for some reason, they're sending it out tomorrow. You sons of bitches. Reschedule your order. Today? Yes. I told you I wanted a short delivery window. Send my shit. It's frustrating, so this will be a good way for me to parlay into something else. Shopping is the worst now. Like, my local grocery store, they had to get rid of the U-scan, and this was like one of the last places you would ever expect to toss the U-scan out the door, like get rid of U-scan. Now, even though they have cashiers at every register, the line goes into the aisle at every register, and a lot of the cashiers are slow. Like, I mean, the real problem is we're not arresting thieves that are stealing from these stores, so they're forced to get rid of their U-scans to cut down on theft. It sucks. We need to arrest these people for a very long time and make it hard on thieves. I don't want to go into that. But I hate shopping, man, because I think the average person is dumb as hell and disrespectful and doesn't stay out of the way. I'm respectful of the shoppers around me. I will park my cart somewhere else out of the aisle. But people will just block aisles and make it hard for me to shop and get in my way and just totally not with it mentally. You know, they can't communicate. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want them out of my way. And I'm patient, but like people need to pay attention to the world around them when they're shopping. Like stop being so self-absorbed because I'm doing the same. I'm doing the same for everybody else. Um, so I don't know why it's so hard to be considerate and get the fuck out of the way, but that and the product is not very good. It's hard to find good produce. Good fruits and vegetables are getting harder and harder to find. Everything's expensive. Just shopping's a nightmare. Like if you try to shop at Walmart, half the shit's locked up. They treat you like a thief the whole way, yet they can't stop the thieves apparently. Uh, really, really shitty. Like it's not fun shopping on the West Coast. And so I try to order my groceries, and now it's getting to the point where the people shopping are so incompetent. Like I was ordering groceries the other day, and it says in the app, if you can't find this item, here are the two other items you can use. And I bet they had one of the two other items, but this dummy didn't know how to use the app, didn't know how to read, so he's bothering me. What do you want? Like, what does it say in the app? Read the app. Don't bother me. But and then it was a different person. It was a female name, and a guy shows up. I'm like, is this a stolen account? So all these fucking delivery drivers are a bunch of cheating lowlives. And like, I tried to deliver. Yeah, I tried to make money delivering, but the problem is that we have so many people that will do the work for nothing and do a terrible job doing it, like at the most elementary level, and no one will push these people off the platform so that we can all get paid more and provide a better service for the customer. As long as the wages are low and these people can't read, like we're fucked. We won't get good service and no one will get good pay. Like I don't know what the solution is. I'm no politician. I don't know how to make society work, but it's killing me, man. Like I can't get anything done right. Like really easy shit I can't get done right and I'm paying for it. I used to tip more, but it doesn't matter how much I tip. There's too many losers in the system that are gonna fuck it up the whole way. Um, hate it. That was a good play right there. But I think the only way to make this work is to pay people better and to demand that communication skills are part of the job. You know, this is not about English. You know, if we were in China, I would say the same thing. If we were in Afghanistan, I would say the same thing. You know, it doesn't matter. People got to be able to communicate with each other. But it's like a crime to demand that you like. Is it so hard? Is it so hard to say I need to be able to communicate with my coworkers, especially if you work in a high hazard environment like I have many times? There's so many people I've worked with where if I had to tell them to move quickly, they'd be hosed. They wouldn't be able to get out of the way. They wouldn't understand what I was saying without me making an effort and wasting my time. Um, these are all very unfair things to ask, apparently. And don't get me wrong, I've worked with people whose first language and only language was English, and they don't know how to raise their voice when they're on a machine so other people can hear them. Like they make it hard. So this is not a cultural issue. This is a if you are paid to work, you have to know how to talk. You have to be able to communicate with your coworkers, especially if it's a life or death situation. Those exist in many, many jobs. Let alone if you're customer service, you're working a counter and you can't talk to people. You need to go. That's crazy, the shit that I deal with. Um, I don't even want to talk about the Charlie Kirk stuff. So, I followed Nick Fuentes clips. I don't have time to watch his full broadcast. It's like 3 hours every time and fuck all that. But I like the clips that people take out of it. Candace Owens, man, she's a real goofball. I don't really have a problem with people looking for the truth, and sometimes the federal truth is not the real truth, but sometimes it is. And all of these crazy, crazy, crazy unproven theories that Candace is pushing, it's just really starting to look ugly. It's looking ugly for her, and it's looking ugly for anybody who doesn't think it's right that Charlie Kirk got blown away in public. You know, I wasn't a big fan of Charlie Kirk because I'm not some God and country guy, but I don't think it's right he got shot. And it's very disturbing that there's a lot of people in this country that think it's great that he got shot, and they still feel this way. I thought that would be a moment where the whole country like looked at each other and said, what have we become? We need to become better people. But no, we just continue to lean in this violent mentality, of people thinking it's okay to kill people for what they say. Like, if you're threatening someone's life, it's one thing. If you disagree on cultural or religious matters, that is where you debate people. But like killing people for that is literally terrorism. It's the definition of terrorism. And there's lots of people that are in support of this violent political mentality all throughout the country, especially on the West Coast. There's too many of these people. It's concerning. Like, I guess it's good that these people aren't more organized, because if they were to just decide to turn on, it'd be a problem. But there was not the crackdown that we needed after Charlie got shot. Like, they needed to investigate and interrogate and sort out all of these groups, especially like all the funded groups. I don't really understand the funding stuff. They say there's groups that rich guys throw money at to do their bidding, and I don't really understand all that, but so many people say it. I think it's true. Regardless, we need to break up these terrorist groups and investigate people and question them, and just crush these people politically, not physically. I mean, if they want to shoot first, okay, but um, we need to crush these people in the realm of ideas, to the point where the average person will actually look at what they're doing and say, no, no more, we won't stick up for this. But the problem is if you ask people, is crime bad, they'll have something to say about Trump or Epstein or something. I'm not a fan of crime, period, whether it's Trump or Epstein or someone on the street waving a gun randomly, right? Like random acts of violence. I don't like that just as much as I don't like the government's multifaceted levels of crime that the government produces. So we need it's not a political problem to want a safe city. And like, for example, the Italians back in the day, they weren't producing random acts of violence. People tolerated the mafia, the American mafia, because Cosa Nostra, because they were organized and they mostly killed their own. Not to say that's a good way to live, but I'm just saying now it's so crime is so complicated, and there's such a passion to support it. Which, whatever, if people are down with people, if people are down, they're down. I can't change that. But the problem is eventually you don't want to be down with the same people that will commit random acts of violence upon you. And these various political groups in the West Coast, um, they don't really have a target except for the random target of the day. Antifa, these people believe a lot of unproven things, and they use a lot of political slights like fascist, and yeah, I don't want to use the words they use because YouTube will get me in trouble, but they throw around political terms at people and that don't line up with, like, if you disagree with someone, you need to communicate that truthfully. You don't just call them a name that's untrue. You can't call someone a fascist if it's not true. You need to tell them why you believe they're wrong, but you can do that. That's fine. But like, if you just call people Nazis, like that's instigating acts of violence. And do like when they drag if we need to drag these people through court that are just calling people Nazis all the time. Uh, it's crazy because people get shot over these words. You know, it's there are a few words that we need to watch what we say. You know, I'm not saying we shouldn't have freedom of speech, but I think calling someone a Nazi is a probable cause to arrest them and see what else they're up to. Because these people like to throw bricks through windows. The left, right? Like the left, the extreme far left. Because I still like to believe I exist somewhere on the left. I like to smoke pot. I want the government out of my business. Um, I have mixed feelings about law enforcement. Like I mostly hate the government more than I do cops, but you know, I'm very down the I'm on the line with the police, you know, um, case by case. But I'm not like some far right Republican. I don't believe in religion, right? People hear some of the things I say, they think I'm some kind of far right guy. But I have a good number of liberal sensibilities. I'm not totally against abortion, right? I think a lot of like I think abortion's an ugly thing, but I think to someone growing up to be a total menace in society because they were totally rejected. I don't know, man. Abortion's terrible, but the outcome of you know people need to be there for their kids, and people need to use birth control if they're not ready for kids. The same people that hate abortion, they hate talking about condoms. They hate talking about birth control. Like, condoms and birth control are a lot better than unwanted babies. Because where are they going to end up? Is it going to be straight to prison for these people that aren't wanted? You know, it's unfortunate. Like, I don't think it's good for the country. I don't think it's good for anybody. I think there needs to be talk about condoms and birth control if we're gonna like say that we hate abortion so much. Like, you can't hate condoms and also hate abortion. You're creating the problem. So saying things like this just to say I'm not some kind of far right guy. I think I'm very moderate. I think we need safe cities, and I think it's objective that there are a few people, more than a few, that are very dangerous and need to go away from society. They need to be put in a box until they can behave, you know? Because they'll fucking run around shooting people otherwise, or throwing rocks at cars. I saw a naked guy throwing rocks at cars not too long ago. Like, these people need to go someplace where they're safe and the people on the outside are safe from them. I'm not trying to have feelings about it. Oh, people would say you're a right wing, you're a Nazi, you're this. That's what they would say because I say things like we don't deserve to be attacked, by random people, no matter who they are or where they're from. Um, let's talk about something more pleasant, or maybe not pleasant. I don't know. So around here, we typically get rain all throughout the winter, but the summers can be very dry. This year it's very fucking dry, and it's kind of getting annoying. Usually, I kind of like it when the grass turns yellow or brown or whatever, because like the birds will come and it changes the what's happening on the grass with the animals that come. We get grasshoppers, things like this. I kind of like it, but this year, because the grass will come back. This year, it's so bad. I've been starting to think maybe I should get a sprinkler because it's so bad. I get all these needles stuck in my socks and in my feet if I'm not wearing proper shoes. If I'm wearing Crocs, like I don't know what these little tiny needles are, where they came from. Are they thorns? I don't know. Um, it's kind of scary. You look throughout the city and everything's dead, dead and brown, and you don't want to park a car on this grass. You don't want to, you know, you don't want to throw your cigarette out the window. Like I do a lot of bong rips in here. I'm very careful. If I'm smoking a joint, I'm like next to that ashtray. Like don't flick off your cigarette. Like a water bottle with light going through it could set your grass on fire. Like it's so everything's so touchy right now, and we're just not getting rain. It's nice to not get rain, but no fucking idea who's texting me. Um, where was I going with this? Yeah, it's dry as fuck. The whole West Coast is burning up. Like we need some rain. It's don't park your car on the grass off the highway for everybody's sake. You got to be intelligent about it. Um, what else can we talk about? I think I'm all talked out. This was not a thought out show. So I guess we can talk about this. I got out of surgery recently, and I've been hitting not this, but a much larger beaker bong, and I've had to switch to this, even though it sucks. Just doesn't do the job. I'll explain why. But the other one's just too heavy. I got weight limits after the surgery. But let's look at this bong. Um, it helps if you load it with ice, but the the problem is it just backwashes the hell out of you. Especially as the ice melts, the water level will go up, so you have to keep pouring it out. I think it's the first bong I ever purchased, and the bonehead at the shop recommended it to me. He didn't have the sense to know this bong was too short. I think he just wanted to get rid of it. Maybe he knew what he was dumping on me. Because it's hard for me to get anything done with this pipe. Like, it's shorter than a bong should be. Um, you're almost better off putting no water in it, just loading with ice. Um, the more complications to a pipe, the harder it's going to be to clean. This just has an ice catch, and it's so small I can fill it with alcohol and salt and shake it out. The only thing I need to remove and clean separately is the bowl, this bowl piece. But I don't know if I'm coming up in the. It's so small I can fill it with alcohol and salt and shake it out. The only thing I need to remove and clean separately is the bowl, this bowl piece. But let's see if we can get. I don't know if I'm coming up in the. Who cares? So small. Who cares? So this this is what I'm working with. So usually, well, the one big thing is the bong has to be engineered right. If the downstem is not in the right angle, if it's too horizontal, you'll often get backwashed into your flower, and you don't want wet flower, wet weed. So that's important. The size of the bong is important. Small bongs, you have to be better and better at engineering. The smaller the bong is, the bigger it is, the more you get away with. If the bong doesn't work perfectly, but they're harder to clean, bigger bongs, and if you have anything inside the neck of the bong, like a percolator, which is an area where water will gather, they're very hard to clean. So everyone loves a percolator until they're cleaning it. And a bong's got to be perfect every time I start. At the beginning of every day, at least. Every day I decide to hit it. Um, the moment you leave it overnight, that's when you really need to clean it again. So, and it's just, some bongs just aren't as good as other bongs, and you find out the hard way. Um, it's got to be good glass. It's got to be good glass too. It can't be cheap glass, cheap Chinese glass. It's got to be borosilicate glass or whatever the hell they call it. And you'll know it when you hit it, how harsh it is. Um, and there's one thing you never have to clean, and that's rolling papers. Tobacco papers, rolling papers, cones, whatever the fuck. So if you're using paper, you don't have to clean it. Consider that. That'll get you around all of this. Isopropyl is and salt is cheap. Kosher salt, food salt. That's cheaper than 420 cleaner, but it's not cheap. The cost adds up. So, but those are my bong tips. I think we've been talking enough. I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks for watching, all two of you, three of you. Um, Unless you guys have a question you want to keep the show going, we got three people in the chat. Um, Hello in the chat. um, all messages. There we go. Um, Show every message. Okay. Other than Call of Duty, I've been playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon. It was a Game Boy Advance game. I would say it is the best Castlevania game ever made. And it wasn't perfect, back when it came out, it upset a lot of people because the Game Boy did not have a backlight. There's no light in the Game Boy until the Game Boy Advance SP. And people hated it. They hated that part. Uh, Also, people liked Symphony of the Night because that game had all kinds of weapons, and they got rid of the whip, and they went back to the whip for Circle of the Moon for Game Boy Advance. A lot of people said we're kind of done with this. I didn't care because the last Castlevania I played was on the Nintendo, which was the first Castlevania. I had not played a Castlevania since. I love Circle of the Moon. It's got all kinds of scary monsters. It's a very dark game in theme and in practice. You can now play it on Xbox and I think other consoles. So you can play on your TV, your big old TV, and you don't have the visibility problems. Looks decent on a TV. It's so good, man. And the collection it's one of the best deals as far as a lot of these collections are too much money for what they are. It's three games. It is Circle of the Moon, Area of Sorrow, and Harmony of Dissonance. Um, I didn't really. I played Harmony of Dissonance about halfway through, and I just quit because it was too easy, and I'm so used to hard video games that the game just and it was too much of the same shit. And I played Area of Sorrow and thought it was okay. I ended up beating one or two of the games for Nintendo DS. I think the one I beat was I don't remember. I actually like Curse of Darkness for Xbox. I played a lot of Lament of Innocence for PS2. My younger brother, Jared Blood Dragon on YouTube or whatever he calls himself now, he beat that game. He beat a lot of the games I didn't beat. It's funny because there would be a generational divide where I would start a game and go, "This game is not good enough," and he would beat it because he had not grown tired of that genre like I had. Like I where he demanded the best of the best. Not to say I'm better than him, but I thought Lament of Innocence was an alright game, but it wasn't enough. Curse of Darkness was great. I ended up getting stuck, and he beat that game. That game deserved to be beaten. I just got stuck and didn't know where to go. So, yeah, I love Castlevania, man. I just don't know how to beat. I don't know how to beat more than one Castlevania game. Well, more than three. I feel like once you've beaten one 2D Castlevania, you've beaten them all. They get old. They get old quick. Um. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Since we got no more questions in the chat, I'm gonna kill all this. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.